Picture this. You are in the water, not near a shore, not near a boat, open ocean, miles from anything solid, and beneath you, the sea floor drops 33,000 feet into a black so complete, it has its own gravity. The sun barely reaches you. 20 feet below your feet, the light is already dying, and somewhere in that cold blue dark beneath your body, a giant squid 40 feet long has been watching you for the last 3 minutes, not with instinct, not with hunger, with something older than both. It has eyes the size of dinner plates, the largest eyes of any creature alive on this planet, and they are pointed upward, fixed on the pale outline of your silhouette against the surface. Its 10 limbs trail behind it in the current, each one lined with teeth. It has already tasted the chemistry your body left in the water. It knows your weight, it knows your shape, and you have had no idea. You are floating in what you thought was silence. You are floating in what you thought was empty water. Welcome to the god of the abyss. The giant squid, Architeuthis dux, is not a mystery the ocean failed to solve. It is a secret the ocean decided to keep for the entire recorded span of human history, through the age of sail, through the Industrial Revolution, through the invention of submarines and sonar and deep-sea cameras. This animal lived and died and hunted in the dark without a single human witness. We found its body washed ashore, 40 feet of boneless architecture decomposing on medieval beaches, and we built religions around what we had glimpsed. The Norse called it the kraken, a creature so vast it was mistaken for an island. Sailors charted the deep with the words "Here be monsters," and they were not wrong. They just did not know the monster had a name. It was not until the year 2004 that a research team finally captured the first photograph of a living giant squid in its natural habitat. The photograph was blurry. The animal struck the camera bait, realized what had happened, and returned to the dark. It left behind one of its feeding tentacles, pulled free in the struggle. That is what we got. After all of it, after centuries of wondering, the ocean gave us a blurry photograph and a severed limb and disappeared. That is not failure. That is a message. The body of the giant squid is an architecture built by pressure and darkness over 400 million years. Its mantle alone, the main torpedo-shaped mass of muscle and organ, reaches 8 feet in length. Add the 8 arms, and then the 2 feeding tentacles, each one stretching 10 feet longer than the arms, and the full animal measures between 30 and 43 feet. That is the length of a school bus. It weighs up to 600 pounds, and there is not a single bone inside it. No skeleton, no rigid structure. It is pure soft tissue, held together by nothing but the mathematics of its own design, moving through 3,000 feet of crushing pressure, pressure that would collapse your lungs before you reach the first 100 feet, as if the ocean were a corridor built specifically for its passage. The abyss did not simply tolerate this creature. The abyss constructed it. Every adaptation is a dark gift from a world that has no light, no mercy, and no ceiling on what it will produce to fill a predatory role. The suckers on those arms are not soft. Under each one, ringing the cup of muscle, is a circle of chitinous teeth, serrated, curved inward, designed to rotate when the arm contracts and dig deeper, the harder the prey pulls. A giant squid has hundreds of these on each arm. When it closes around you, the act of struggling makes the grip worse. This is not cruelty. Cruelty requires intention. This is geometry. The abyss taught the squid a truth. It teaches everything that survives down there. The most efficient trap is the one that uses the prey's own energy against it. And the 2 feeding tentacles are worse. Longer, faster, tipped with dense clubs of hooked suckers, they strike with a speed that has never been precisely measured. No scientist has ever watched a giant squid hunt. Every calculation we have about what those tentacles can do comes from the evidence left behind, the circular scars pressed into the skin of the only animal on Earth large enough to hunt the giant squid back, the sperm whale. If you are watching this and you have not subscribed yet, do it now, because what I am about to describe is the most extraordinary thing happening on this planet right now, and almost no one knows it exists. At 3,000 feet, in absolute darkness, in water cold enough to stop your heart in minutes, the sperm whale dives. It holds its breath for up to 90 minutes. It uses biological sonar, clicks that bounce off everything in the black water, and return to the whale's enormous head as a three-dimensional map of the deep. The giant squid has no sonar. It cannot echolocate, but it has those eyes, those 10-inch lenses evolved specifically to detect motion in near total darkness, and when the whale's clicks begin moving through the water toward it, the squid does not always flee. The scars on sperm whales, circular, serrated, enormous, and the squid beaks found packed inside whale stomachs both tell the same story. Some squids lose, some squids fight back, and make the largest toothed predator on Earth bleed. This war is happening right now, at this moment somewhere below 3,000 feet, in a place where no light has ever reached. Two of the largest animals alive are locked in a battle that has no human witness, no recording, no documentation. It is the most violent encounter happening on this planet today, and we will never see it. We do not know how many giant squids exist. We have never been able to count them, but we know they are not rare. A single adult sperm whale may consume up to a ton of squid per day, and there are over 300,000 sperm whales alive. The numbers downstream suggest a population in the tens of millions, breeding in the dark, hunting in the dark, dying in the dark, generation after generation, for 400 million years, with no awareness that anything on the surface was ever looking for them. There is a civilization of apex predators, living in permanent night beneath our feet, and it is older than trees, older than flowers, older than the first vertebrates that crawled from shallow water and decided to try breathing air. When the giant squid's ancestors first appeared in the fossil record, the continents were in entirely different positions. The oceans had different names. Everything that now walks on dry land did not yet exist. Share this video, because what I want you to carry away from this is not fear, it is scale. The specific vertigo of realizing that the world is incomparably larger, older and stranger than the surface we were born onto. The giant squid does not know you exist. It has never needed to know. Its world is not the world you navigate with maps and names and satellite coordinates. Its world is pressure and current, and the cold chemistry of deep water, and the faint bioluminescent pulses of organisms so small they exist only as light in the dark. It reads that world with eyes evolved for no other purpose. It was not built for your ocean. It was built for the other one. The one below the thermocline, below the light, below the depth where the rules of the surface stop applying. And down there, it is not a mystery. Down there, it is simply what it has always been. A sovereign, undisturbed, unchallenged sovereign. Not because it fought for that title, but because the abyss built it specifically to hold it. The ocean covers 71% of this planet. We have explored less than 20% of it. The giant squid lives in what is, by deep-sea standards, the relatively shallow layer, 3,000 feet. Below that, the trenches go to 36,000. What lives there, we do not fully know. What has never been seen, catalogued or named still outnumbers everything we have managed to find. The giant squid is not the bottom of the abyss. It is the first page of a book we do not have the language to read. And the ocean is not waiting for us to learn. It is not waiting for anything. It existed before patience was a concept, It will exist after patience no longer matters. And somewhere down there, right now, the ancient king moves through the permanent dark 40 feet of impossible life, with eyes that see in a spectrum we have never named, reading a world we will never fully enter. It does not know you are afraid of it. It does not know the word afraid. It only knows the dark, and the pressure, and the hunt, and the 400 million years of quiet dominion that came before this moment and will continue, without interruption, long after this moment is gone. That is not a horror story. That is something much worse. That is the truth.